Okay, good morning. Just want to let you know, going into the office, I'm trying to think of better ideas to for entertainment and stuff while I'm working. It's kind of the difficulty of doing these daily things, daily vlogs. Yeah. So we're gonna just try to figure this out as we go. Okay, I'm on my lunch break on campus. I'm about to go off campus. I think I want to tell a story. Okay. I'm gonna take this off. This is a little bit too formal. I feel like I'm like some type of... Got Chick-fil-A for my lunch. So I wanted to tell you a story. The story revolves around skateboarding, okay? And at the time, I was around 12 or 13 years old. I was in middle school. I was just learning how to skate, and if you've ever skateboarded, you kind of know the transition from skateboarding in your driveway to skateboarding like out in the streets, like street skating, X Games. So at this moment in my life, we're finally transitioning. Me and my friends were transitioning from skating in a driveway to being able to skate in the streets. And we didn't know a lot. We thought we were the only skaters in our town, and it turns out there was way more skaters than what we thought, but we were just so secluded to our driveways. And me and my friend Spencer, we were really young, and we decided that we wanted to go skateboarding in the streets. And so what our parents would do, or siblings, older siblings that could drive, and we had school all week, so on a Saturday was like, we just got dropped off in the middle of town, and we skated the whole entire day until we were done skating. And it would be from like basically morning all the way up until night. We wouldn't stop skating until like 7 p.m. And this is basically what we did. Like this is what our life was. This is what we dreamt of being, was pro skateboarders and stuff. One time, I really forgot the kid's name. I want to say his name is Tyler, and this guy was older than us. I believe he was in high school, and we were like around 7th or 8th graders. He looked really cool compared to what we looked like. And so one day he convinced us to go skateboarding in a certain area that I'll just call David's for the point of it. But this is the map here, okay? And this is David's. And behind David's was some ramps here. And so Tyler's mom works somewhere in here, I think at the thrift store. That's why I put thrift store. And so his mom like owned a store there, and so we basically got dropped off at that thrift store, and we decided that we were gonna skate all around that block there, okay? All around this area. And so we started skating. We had a good time. We were, doing stuff. So when we were kids, we were super bad, and this guy, Tyler, could do a little bit more than us, and so we thought he was really gnarly and everything. And so we start skating a lot, and then we finally make our way from the ramps. We start making our way over to here in the car lot, okay? And at this time, Spencer was filming us skateboarding. And this was very cool because when you get to the point where you want to film yourself skateboarding is kind of like a big moment for you. You feel like you've accomplished something, which at the time was kind of dumb, because I still don't think I should even be filming myself and my skateboarding abilities right now. I just wanted to add something to the vlog last night. But point is, I'm really hard on myself when it comes to skateboarding, because I know people that are really better than me. And Spencer has his camera and stuff, and he's trying to film us, and then he kind of puts it away into his backpack. and we had backpacks with like water and food and stuff. Puts it in his backpack and he kind of like places it to the side, and then we just start skating. And then as the day, or as the little session is going on, we see this cop car just kind of pass by us, which is kind of ironic because I'm seeing security in this parking lot, and I don't know if he's gonna come for me, or I think he's just chilling. So we see this cop car start coming by our skate spot. Now, I don't know about you, but growing up, it was like always this like us versus them mentality when it came to skateboarders and cops. Even though in our town, the cops were really nice, security was really nice to us. And so, Tyler had a different approach. Like, he brought the us versus them to the extreme. So whenever the cop car passed by, he said, "Cops, run!" And so we're like, "What?" And he's like, "Cops, run!" And so he starts sprinting. He like takes his skateboard and he starts sprinting, okay? He starts sprinting from behind here. If this is the front here, here's the parking lot, and here's the back of the stores. He just starts sprinting to the back of the stores, okay? And we're like, huh, huh, huh. Now imagine us, we're two kids, and we don't know that we should be scared of cops, because once again, we're really nerdy, and we just started transitioning from like, you know, skating in our garages and our driveways to like skating now in the streets. And we saw him sprint. We saw him dead sprint. Like, I mean, like, he had something to hide sprint. And so we're like, and so we start sprinting. We start sprinting as fast as we can. Like, I mean, we were booking it. We were getting out of there. We start sprinting all the way back here, and we just go. And then we come to the back of Tyler's thrift store thing in the back here. We kind of like just sprint all the way up into that store. Then we like hide in like the clothes. And we're like looking out there and trying to see, like, you know, if you notice if the cop has passed by and stuff. And we're like, it feels like eternity, but we're probably just like chilling in there for about 10 minutes. And we thought like, okay, for sure the cop is gone. Like, there's no way he's there. Meanwhile, the cop car has actually just been, sorry, hold on. He's just been circling around the block. You know, just waiting on us. Just circling around. While we're chilling there, Spencer's like, you know, going like this. And we turned to him and we're like, what's going on? And he says, "My backpack, it has my camera in it. What am I gonna do?" You know, like, and once again, we're like two 13-year-olds. And so we start freaking out, like the end of the world has come. Like, as kids, we feel like we're going to jail and we've lost the footage for the whole entire day. The day is over. And so we start creating this plan to be like, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk out of the thrift store really secretively, and under here, in this area right here, there was kind of like a pathway. It was like a shaded pathway or whatever in the stores and everything. And so what we thought was we're gonna be really, really secretive and just kind of like crawl our way through here all the way to the car lot, and then get the backpack there. We get out of there, and we start creeping. We start crawling. We start walking around. And then the cop car just goes, like, that was, then he pulls up to us, and he has his lights on and stuff, and then he like gets out of the car and everything real fast and everything. Hey, by the way, that cop just left. I think he was on his lunch break just as much as I am. Okay, now I can kind of be unnervous on, like, you know, in this parking lot here. Just imagine, as a kid, a cop just screeched into a parking spot, like right in front of you, and has his lights on, and he's like, and he gets out the car as fast as he can, and he looks like he's about to arrest somebody. He gets out of the cop car, then he gets to the back, and he pulls out the backpack, and he says, hey, who owns this? We're like, whoa. And Tyler, so we look at Tyler because he's the older one of us, and we thought he was gonna speak for us or something. So I kind of look at Tyler to see what he does, and he's like, he's trying not to make eye contact with them, you know, like, he's trying to get out of this as much as he can. His mom's coming to his rescue at this point, and she's like defending him and like kind of pushing us to the side, like as if we're the rough riffraffs of this whole entire establishment. I can't believe these two kids are gonna skate. My boy was innocent in this whole thing, when in all actuality, Tyler was the first one to dead sprint out of there, okay? And so we thought, we just ran. So the cop starts questioning me and Spencer, because he stops like pointing his attention to Tyler because his mom's kind of defending him. And so we're just two little kids. And so he just starts like, you know, hammering us with these questions of like, what were we up to? Why did we run? You know, all this stuff. And like, how can you explain that as a kid? Like, I ran because I saw somebody else run. I don't know what to tell you. And then all of a sudden, I need to say this. My mom was the one who dropped us off, and she said that I'll pick you up at 6 p.m. Over, you know, on the other side of town. And this was around like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon or so. And this was nowhere near the time that my mom was supposed to come get me. Not one bit, okay? Out of nowhere, as much as that cop car like pulled in as fast as he could into the parking spot, my mom just, the cop is drilling us with questions, and my mom just comes out of nowhere and goes, like, not, that's a little bit of dramatization, but this is the way I remember it. But she pulled in as fast as she could right next to the cop car, and she gets out. Now, think Mama Bear real quick. She gets out the cop car, she says, "Excuse me." And the cop's like, "Yes, you, excuse me. What do you think you're doing?" This is a cop. I wouldn't speak this way to a cop, but my mom did. And so she was like, "Who do you think you are pestering these two young boys?" And the cop was like, "Well, excuse me, ma'am." He's like, No. What are you doing to these two young men? And the cop was like, "Well, they ran away, or they sprinted or whatever, and they were skateboarding on private property." If you're a skateboarder, you know it. Private property. So they're skating on private property. And my mom, she was like, "Well, excuse me, but I don't see a skate park around here for these two boys to skate at. Do you?" And the cop's like, "Well, no." It's like, "Well, what do you expect my boys to do? You know, they could be on," she like wraps Spencer in as like her son or something. "They could be on drugs. They could be drinking. They could be partying. I could not know where they're at, but I know exactly where my boys are, and I know, you know, and I know exactly what they're doing." And the cop was like, "Well, ma'am, they can't skateboard here." And there was like he pointed out a sign. There was a sign that said no skateboarding. At the time when he caught us, we were like sneaky walking. We weren't skating. We were like, when he caught us, we're like walking. And she's like, "Well, excuse me, but I also see the sign that says no biking, no rollerblading, but yet I see people riding their bikes around here." And she just defended us. And like me and Spencer are looking at each other, we're like, "Oh my gosh. Like, we made it scot-free. Like, we're out. We're in the clear here. Boys, we're not going to the pen. We're not going to county, okay?" And so, basically, they're going back and forth. And finally, the cop kind of lets off, and she's like, "Well, y'all need to build a skate park around here so my boys can go skate and stuff." And so the cop was like, "Well, I think you're right, ma'am. I think you're right. Well, I'll let your boys off with a warning. You know, just don't run from the cops again. Here, young man, here's your backpack." And he gave Spencer his backpack with his camera and everything in it, and that was kind of the story. Point of the matter is, my mom came out of nowhere. My mom came out of nowhere. As a parent, she had this instinctive like just notion in her mind where we were at that time. She had no clue, except for just some type of, you know, something ingrained in her as a parent, as a mom, about where to find us, you know, that we were in trouble. And I'm thinking about this too, because when I was at the skate park, a young man, a young skater, he knew a little bit about me, and he started asking these questions and stuff. We started talking about that I have a kid on the way, you know, I have Leon on the way. And he said, you know, "Wow, that's crazy. You know, how old are you?" And it's like, "Oh gosh, like, aren't you in your mid-20s?" is what he said. And I was like, oh, like, it kind of hit me. I'm not young. I mean, I'm not like young, but I'm not like old either. I'm kind of in this middle age. I'm in the appropriate age, I feel, to have a kid, but at the same time, it's a weird thing. You know, I'm about to have a kid, and seeing my mom act in that way when I was 13, now it's, brought me, now that the time is ticking, now that this is becoming closer and closer to the time where Leon is born, it's becoming more and more real that I'm gonna have to be a parent. What if my kid's in trouble? And so thinking about that story today, that's kind of what I want to tell you. This story is that becoming a parent is becoming very real. Like me being a dad, Becca being a mom, that's becoming such a reality right now. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. That's a long story. But yeah, that's the story I wanted to tell today. Okay, so I am back. We are going to celebrate Becca's 2-year anniversary at her job, just to celebrate, because you just need more celebrations in your life. You can get so used to just going through with the flow of things, just like work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep. You just gotta find times to just let loose, celebrate the fact that you did work, eat, and sleep for 2 years. So that's what we're gonna do. Look at the sunset. Isn't this amazing? Hold on, let me focus. Boom. Isn't that beautiful? Ugh. I love living in Texas. Love it. Okay, we made it to Chili's. This is a bit of an intimate moment for me and my wife. So I'm just gonna close out the vlog here. So thank you for understanding intimate moments. Okay, I'm gonna actually try to eat my lunch, so I'll see you later.